Drive on Lugnutz.
Nothing left to do but to crank over those engines, gearheads, because 'tis none other than us, the Lugnutz Podcast.
Recorded 24 June 24. Ford. Maserati. E-Tron Go. Quadrifoglio. Quadrifoglio. Foglio. That one. VW, that, and more. Thank you for joining us.
Play on Perjangers. Drive on Lugnutz.
So good to hit that, and it feels so good for you to hop on over here. Facebook.com/Lugnutz Podcast, and that's where you're going to find all of our fine-tuned, polished content coming to you. Just like the fine-tuned, polished content that might or might not be this first story.
Up first, Ford is talking about self-driving cars, autonomous driving. He says they've achieved level 3.
All right.
Which you still need to do stuff.
Yeah.
You're still, like, required. It's not level 5 yet.
It doesn't stop people, but it is, you know,
and
you have to pay attention.
Only for speeds below 40 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
That's smart. Honestly, I mean, that's when people, I feel, pay attention the least.
You know, you should only go as quickly as you can stop. I mean,
physics would agree with you. It would definitely agree with you.
Yes, it would. I told Bloomberg not that long ago that they're still testing autonomous driving 3. The technology is about 2 years away.
Wow.
So in about 2 years, you'll see it. Level 3 in your Ford. Level 4 is full self-driving, which only one company has, to my knowledge, is Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's standard for them. Yeah. Who has it? Oh, it's Mercedes.
Well, you know, what they say is, it used to be, look at Mercedes, was the E-Class. Mm-hmm. What they have in that now, the rest of us will have in about 10-ish years.
Yeah, that's always been about the trickle down Reaganomics of that Mercedes situation. And if you look back through, God, if somebody pays us, we will. But if you look back through car industry history, it's that. You see Mercedes has it, and then 10 years later, hey, look what we got. Like, maybe
in their defense, they did have a start on everyone because they invented the car.
Maybe the one thing that they didn't get first was the 3-point seatbelt, because that was Volvo.
They're just a car itself. And brake pads. They invented the brake pad. Well, Mercedes-Benz wife invented the brake pad.
Yeah, with the leather pad.
Because he invented the car. He said, I've invented the car. She said, I'm going to take it to my sister's. He said no and walked away, so she took the car anyway. She's like, this is rubbish. Let's put some leather on there. Brake pad was born.
And now we're into talking about autonomous driving. So,
right. So 2 years away for Ford and the rest of us a bit
I think
more than
Ford is the most attainable of the self-driving.
Yeah.
Because it's America's brand, you know? I mean, that's what they sell themselves as, even though, like, everything in that car is made everywhere else. But that's another podcast.
Capitalism.
But Ford is, you know, America's brand. It's step in our history. So if it's Ford bringing you self-driving, then, you know, maybe it'll be, I don't know, more accepted. I don't know. I mean, give me self-driving. I will test it out. I'll say
this. Even Elon Musk's Teslas aren't really level 3. They're not 2.1 maybe, but like, you still should be the one driving. Even with level 4, you still got to pay attention. It might need you to do something.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're not in...
It's the way it happens.
What was that? Oh, I can't remember the name of that movie that Mick Jagger did. What's his face? Where they had those autonomous driving cars, and that one was kind of like Blade Runner had them too, I imagine.
Well, yeah, Blade Runner, but
All that stuff. But if you want to run, don't run until we get to this next story. This is Honda in Japan. This is what they're releasing in Japan. It is a N-van.
yeah, it's kind of like where they're from, and it looks like where they're from. So that sounds like Honda.
It does. The Japanese love lots of space inside. I think there's a
Vertically.
photo of the inside.
Vertical space.
It's-
They
it's-
love that.
Yeah,
They
a
don't
lot of
have
cubby
a lot
holes, a lot of places to store stuff.
Width-wise, they don't have it in Japan. They did not plan for automobiles in the roads for a lot of the space, and especially in cities. But I like
What
the look of it.
happens when you're around for
Ever.
6,000, 8,000 years. There are multiple different versions of the van. It is a versatile, broad range for customers' needs. They have such as a large cargo space, flat floor, high ceilings, and passengers, lots of space. They removed the center pillar.
It's
That's how
also
they have all that space. No center pillar.
the Japanese are really short people, so high ceilings for them, it's like high ceilings for us. Like we would find them high ceilings, but like Americans would not find those high ceilings, I feel, in this car. Like I just have to slightly bend down less.
Well, this one will have a 245 kilometer range.
Okay.
It's 152 miles.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's just 152 miles. Charges in about 4.5 hours on a 6 kilowatt output plug.
Okay.
That 6 kilowatts, you never hear when charging anymore. You hardly ever hear that. On a 50 kilowatt output, it takes 30 minutes.
Okay. I mean, that's not
Or
bad.
fast
30 minutes. I mean, some of them are a lot longer.
Yeah. The L4 is a standard 4-seater type. They all look like
The L4 is the white one here. That's the 4-seater. And then this
there's,
one, which
there's a lot of different
has a different
variants
name.
of this.
That's very
They
nice.
have the EL4 type, which is the fun type.
Oh, that's the fun. Yeah, the gold
The
one.
fun.
That's
the
the
gold
fun?
one's the fun one.
And that's the I4.
Features with a styling blend for customers with hobbies and leisure activities.
You can tell because it's gold, okay? That's the people who have leisure activities and hobbies. Clearly, they want a gold car.
Okay. Gold might be available in all the other colors too, but that should be an option.
It's there.
Would you like black, white, or we have gold?
You can't do that over here. Yeah. You're going to get, like, every cop will be like,
That'd be awesome.
Really?
That'd be awesome.
I will follow
No, but
that
like-
gold car, though.
No, but like Chevys.
Oh, yeah.
Chevy
Oh,
offered
and a
gold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're still making the Impala, except we're offering a gold paint color.
Only in gold.
Yes,
Very posh. Very posh if you only offer a car in gold.
Chevy, call us.
Oh, yeah. We got ideas, bro.
We got tons of ideas. They have the G type, which is developed for the pursuit of functionality exclusively for commercial use. There are no other.
No, they
photos.
don't. But,
Chart.
a chart,
This is
yeah.
from
But,
Japan.
we got these. I'm sure the G type is still as boxy. It's not like they're going to
It's the same,
change it.
same thing, except they have
Yeah.
it's open.
Ah,
The EL2 type features a front and rear tandem configuration seats on the driver's side. So they have multiple different types over there on their tiny little island.
good for
with
them. You
massive
got to have a
numbers
lot of
people.
options. There's not a lot to do. You only have so much space on that island.
Yes. And
know?
this will have tons of space. But you might need some of that space for this next car. I mean, I say you might have the space, but
Look at that.
this is but realistically, they've probably already been sold. This is the 20 year celebrating 20 years since the legendary MC12 was launched.
Okay.
It's a great looking car. Maserati
Oh,
really
yeah.
has fantastic looking vehicles.
Very stylish.
Special edition MC20 supercar named the MC20 Iconic and the MC20 Legend.
Okay.
The MC12 Stridesdale is best known for the two-tone. If you go down below, you can see that. That's a race car.
That's this one right there.
The race car.
Oh yeah,
It
wow.
has the same.
You
it
really
looks
see that from the
just
side.
like the race car, except for the wing here.
Yeah. Now, other car companies, when you say you draw inspiration from a race car, that's the bar.
It kind of looks.
It looks like it.
Like it.
You know, at least.
MC20 takes after the Vapid Foam race team's livery, which is a pretty good race team livery.
Liberally. Okay.
Let's go traveling. Let's go off to Germany.
I'm blaming the green on the aliens.
Okay, well, you might need a lot of green for this one, the 2025 Audi e-tron GT. 3 distinctive modes, the S e-tron GT, the RS e-tron GT, and the RS e-tron GT Performance. Gee, Jiminy Cricket, all the words. You can get those 3 models, but you have to say it with peanut butter in your mouth.
And that's when each time you come in for service, that's the quiz. They put peanut butter in your mouth, not sexually, and they say, all right, now what's your car?
Well, their car would have a new designed grille. 2-dimensional version with the front logo, with the flat logo they're going for. While the entry level has a glossy black trim surrounding the grille.
Okay.
So, still looks pretty
Different
good.
materials
way.
for the grill.
The RS models have the wider air intakes with the permanent L-shaped elements. I guess there's things on the end here.
Yeah.
Digital gauge cluster that has important battery stuff, EV, temperature, cooling, charge rate.
Yeah.
Forever if you're in a cold climate.
Yeah. Anytime
Bring a blanket.
they mention some of these ridiculous little things they add to trims, I hear like one of those old customers. Well, you know, I had to go with the RSL5L trim because it has the extra big intake and it gives you more horsepower and gas mileage. And you're just like,
Whoa. Are we sitting in the same traffic?
where are you?
I like the sound of it. It sounds really cool, but like...
Really, it's got like a couple different badges. It's got like maybe a couple different seat options. Maybe, if you're lucky, a different color. And maybe that's it.
Probably not. It probably comes in white, this, and black.
Oh, but if it's an R or a S model on any brand,
Although
tuned differently.
although the colors, that it won't just be those 3. They'll have like 9 of them, and they'll all be black, and they'll all be gray, and they'll be like...
They'll have the colors available.
what a
but the only
selection
one
of
you're available to get.
grayscale.
You're like, oh, every dealer only has black or gray. No way.
There was a dealer, I can't remember which one, they would like, you'd say, see this dirty old shirt?
Yeah.
I like that color. This one right here.
So they were like a Lowe's.
Okay. Tell you when it's in. I can't remember which company.
Probably Mitsubishi. They have a bunch of colors.
Who knows? But anyway, they have a rear-mounted motors with Audi's PPE platform. We had to have spoken about that in the past.
Probably.
Cooling system redesigned to be 22 whole pounds lighter. Dual motor all-wheel drive configuration for a combined 522 horsepower. The S trim gets a 671 horsepower. And the performance version gets more with a fully electric RS model for the top performance variant.
Tuned differently.
You also get a bunch of other bells and whistles
Yeah.
in each model that's up.
Oh yeah, they add the most. See, that's the thing. Sometimes with those race or rally or sport models, they actually don't give you all of their top functions. They
Well,
leave
it can
that
have
for
up
like
to
a luxury
912
class.
horsepower. So
They're not focused on luxury. They're just like, yeah, the luxury class model. Like, if you want like the RLX back in the day, that was like Acura's primo luxury model. But it had all the features they had at the time. If you went to their sport model for like a TLX, you didn't have half the shit that the RLX had, because you have the sport model and you got that luxury shit.
Well, Audi says the top trim can go from 0 to 62 in 2.5 seconds. That's really fast.
That is fast.
The GT can do, the RS can do 2.8. The GT can do 3.4. So probably from about 108 to 148-ish in price. Run to your Audi dealer now. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be there.
They're probably not open.
It's probably not, especially now.
Well, I mean, they may be open, but they may not even have it, you know? I mean, call them first.
Yeah. Well, before you call them, don't let the sun set on this next story. Oh, boy, here they are. You know, the look of Buicks are growing on me. The front of it kind of reminds me of
Another car?
all the rest of the SUVs.
Yeah, it looked...
I'm trying to be positive
not
here.
a Juke. There was another crossover like that had those squinty eyes.
Well, if
I
you
can't
don't,
remember which
you know,
one.
let's say you don't want this color. Let's give a look at the other ones they have.
Oh.
I love their names as well.
Oh, wow. All right, let me move this. Oh, shit. Move that over a bit here, and move you a bit down.
I love the names of some of these as my page loads here.
I mean, it kind of... Besides the purple one, which I'll scroll down here.
Oh, the part. You know what? I like the purple one.
The
'cause you
purple one
never
here,
see
I
purple.
love that. That is great because you never see purple. But a lot of these other basic bitches, though, white, off-white, so it's like white, eggshell white, gray.
So the colors
dark gray,
are
red and blue.
starting with the blue one. Calypso Blue GZC is the the color
Calypso
name.
playing off of that. All right.
The next one, Ebony Twilight Metallic GB8.
Okay.
Following Somerset White.
Uh-huh.
Another advertisement. GAZ. Below that is Frost White Tricoat. So I guess whiter than that?
A tri-coat, so it has like a pearl. It has a glitter.
GE8. Oh, that one's going to look really good. Moonstone Gray. Metallic. GZA. And finally, we have Cinnabar Metallic GEJ. Great names. Oh, the purple one.
Well, those are the paint codes.
Smoky Amethyst Metallic G88.
Yeah, that's the purple one, but the one after, like the GD8, that's the paint code.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you know what to tell the guy at the bottom.
The most expensive is the Frost Tricoat. Would you believe?
Yeah, because that's the tri-coat. There's a primer, a paint, and another layer on top of the primer. That additional layer is what makes it more expensive because it's, one, harder to match the paint to that. Like, even if you're looking at a white color, you're talking at a single droplet of black paint. Too much. Changing a complete color of a car. So, tri-coat, yeah, that shit's expensive.
So, if you drive a
'Cause
white
it's like,
car,
you have too much glitter, it's going to
drive
look off on
very
the side of
carefully.
it. Yeah, you know. Don't get into an accident. Well, I mean, you have car insurance for a reason. Just don't be surprised when your rates go up, you know?
Yeah.
Cost and benefit. You know?
Well, your rates won't go up if you stay tuned for this next story.
How are you?
Hyundai. New affordable EV, Casper Electric, next week. Let's hope there's a better photo below. Features up to 315-kilometer range or 196
here you
miles, which that's not horrible. Wow, that's really good looking.
Oh, other side. Here we go. That is really good looking, though. Just cover their ugly ass looking ad here.
Starts under 27. Wow.
It's a small car though, so you're not looking at a lot of materials.
I love a good small car. Next week we'll find out more. Officially debuts at
those
the
wheels.
Bitswan. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Simplistic, but it adds to the shape and design of the car. I really feel that. It looks really good.
You can find it at the Bitswan International Mobility Show, June 27th.
Nice.
We will probably get information after that.
I like it.
I like it. Let's go see what Volkswagen's doing.
Era.
The Germans are so tricky with their teasers, aren't they? Here it is, like you don't know what a Jetta looks like. This is the all-new update for the 2025 Jetta.
Could be a Golf. Could be a Golf. They have
No,
the
it's
same honeycomb stuff.
It's a Jetta. This is the story about a Jetta.
Well,
You know what? We always cover the Golf. We never cover the Jetta.
We never cover a Jetta. I saw the honeycomb. I thought the Golf.
Yeah,
This
but
is what
let's
we covered
go.
here.
This is the new Golf. They don't have a lot of information.
I'm out of my realm as well.
Yeah. We'll know more after June 25th, but the teaser just has "Let's go." Just a teaser image reads
Allons-y.
"Let's go."
Okay.
Jetta gets 158 horsepower, while the GLI 2-liter gets 228. You're going to want that one.
Yeah.
158 horsepower is a bit small,
Well,
even for this is a 4-door sedan. You're supposed to be able to fit 4 humans in it.
Yeah, I mean American humans, and you know, you should at least account for American weight compared to German weight. You know, maybe you guys are doing better nutritionally than us.
More of us,
but
so.
you know, yeah, but you want us to buy your car, okay? It's a different thing, you know. I mean, just show a let's go, but you know, 150.
I loved my Jetta.
158. Are you getting out of your own way at that horsepower?
I didn't like
what is that?
the repair cost. That was not.
No, you don't like that. But also, German cars are heavier traditionally because they're made better. Okay. Yes, there is that trade-off, but for 158 horsepower, I mean, I hope you love the company in your car, and you have
because you're not going anywhere very quick, and you're not gonna have the option of a manual. No more manual. Get a horsepower bump in 2025, June 25th.
No
we
more.
will. No more.
No more manual.
No more manual.
I've missed you. Sound effects board.
I imagine because nobody buys it.
The sound effects board or the manual? Probably the manual. Yeah,
buys
no.
the manual.
That it's scary, but no. I mean, I would, and I learned how to drive a manual because I was told I had to learn how to drive a manual, but you know what I never actually felt the need to do is drive a manual. I felt it. It's like being able to start a fire, okay? It's a helpful skill to have, but it's extremely specific into its actual use. What are you going to be more useful? What's going to pop up more? Accounting or how to drive a manual?
Probably accounting.
Taxes or, you know, how to make a fire? Probably taxes.
Probably taxes in today's world.
You know what I mean? Don't just stick to that old world view, man. Get away from manual. It's a lot better.
And we got a lot better burning on out with this next story. Ooh. Well, it's going to take some teamwork for this. This is
Peugeot's game console?
This is called the Hypersquare.
Okay.
Hypersquare.
It's game console?
No, it's a steering wheel.
Oh.
So, for those of you playing the audio version, it's a square steering wheel that looks like you'd find it in an Apple store, except where the Apple logo is, there's like Peugeot.
Yeah, but they got like those Dyson holes to where like it looks like you'll actually get like airflow from it.
They're probably not. They're just like for you to stick your thumbs.
Just artistic
They're
places
to put your thumbs in when you're turning the car, I imagine.
But Dyson, I'm giving you an in.
Well, Peugeot's Hypersquare is what they're calling it. The steering wheel was unveiled at Viva Tech 24 trade show. Hypersquare promises to redefine the driving experience. We don't need it redefined. You've tried this before.
stupid. Elon tried to redefine the steering wheel. You know what happened? Nobody liked that either.
The Saab with the
With the little joystick. Look,
give me the
nobody wants it.
give me the
Just
wheel.
unless I'm flying this bitch into space, a steering wheel is fine.
That would be cool.
You know what I mean? Even then, I'd still prefer a yaw back. You know, give me some foot pedals outside of that. You know.
Well, you're going to see it in the first model in 2026.
I don't like it.
DBW replaces conventional mechanical systems such as a throttle pedal linkage with an electronic sensor and actuator.
That was actually only a matter of time.
SBW replaces the mechanical steering linkage with
A lot of people do that.
steering linkage column and the rack and pinion with a sensor.
Well, yeah. I mean,
An
you
electrical.
when I was going to school, they were surprised that Chevy was working on a camless motor, which you have your crankshaft and you have your cam rods. And they're working on a cam rodless motor. And they just had solenoids. And they were like, oh, my God, solenoids? What are you going to do with solenoids? They sold that engine, by the way. It didn't, do particularly amazing, but they still made it. And now you get stuff like this to where when people first started, you started getting those electronic rack and pinions. And it wasn't mechanically linked. People were losing their minds.
It wasn't. Well, the first
were
ones were
losing
never
their
very
minds.
good.
And the first of anything sucks. Yeah. It's just when you're putting your little baby girl in the back, you're like, I don't want my back end swaying like this, or I'd like the brake pedal to work, that you really think of it. When you're alone, you're like, I know how to drive my car. So you get a lot of that, but when you have like a lot of the new technology, that's when these things like, I don't like not having a mechanical linkage to it.
This technology has been around for a little bit, so they got that going for them. But the steering wheel is the most ridiculous thing. Well, it's not the most ridiculous thing. I should have looked up some other ridiculous Peugeot steering wheels that they tried in the past.
You should have, but it's also equally just ridiculous in itself.
Yeah, maybe next week.
It's just not designed right.
Some bizarre steering wheels.
Hey,
but
that's a good end. That's a good end of the podcast segment. Weird steering wheels.
That's amazing. We're at the end of the podcast. So thank you for joining us over here on our web pages, which are at the computer box.
Facebook.com/Lugnutz podcast is where we want you to bounce on over to. And of course, it does not matter if you drive a Renault or a Toyota, because nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Until then, drive on!
Toyota halts production lines due to part shortage. There will not be any Lugnutz rolling off that production line. So, this one was behind a paywall. Bank of America tells Detroit's Big Three they should let China do the hyper-competitive car market, and they should do something else. They're kind of set up to make cars right now. Yeah. So, let's make cars. Thank you for joining us.
And let's get Doodle outside. Until next time, drive on, Lugnutz. Bye-bye.
Drive on Lugnutz.
God, I fucking sound like Barry Manilow.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not really Barry Manilow, but the mics get those low tones.
Right.
The last couple Lugnutz podcasts, man, I haven't been really happy with the mic I use for Tales of the Hunted. Tales of the Hunted, it's fine because it's just me. But with us, I mean, we have, people miss the buttons, man. I mean, Jesus.
I think that.
Didn't you wish that last week when we were talking about the fires on the seats, you went...
Right.
All right, maybe it would have been...
I think this is what we call projection. I think
it
you
is.
missed
I have so missed my
They don't get
soundboard.
to press the buttons.
I have so missed my soundboard.
Right, let's start the show.
Don't we sound sexy again, gang? Holy shit! I found a way to get these XLR mics back in action, so we can have the best possible quality while we stay nice and cool during the summer months and still give you the same luggy and nutty action. But if we're going to give you the same luggy and nutty action, we want you to hit that subscribe button. Right above my head, that's going to be the very best Perjangers and Wallhangers video for you. Right above Big Brother's head is going to be all of our Lugnutz podcast in a convenient playlist. And of course, until we meet again, drive on, Lugnutz. Bye-bye.
Drive on Lugnutz.